On the next part of our handbook procedures, we're going to talk about important bus procedures. You are not allowed to ride any other bus than the bus you regularly ride unless you bring a note to the office from your parent. We try not to call home, and if it's an emergency situation, of course we would. But if you're going to go home with someone or you're going to some special activity at the high school, you need to bring a note from your parent to the office by 8:15 a.m. So you'll take that before you go to homeroom. Remember that school bus transportation is a privilege. You can be denied bus transportation. Fighting aboard a school bus may result in expulsion from the bus for 1 calendar year. It will definitely result in alternative school placement. There are cameras placed on every school bus to monitor your behavior. Those cameras are recording at all times, and administrators can watch the tapes. Only students and school officials are allowed to ride on the buses. Parents or other persons cannot board a bus. Your parent is not allowed to get on the bus with you. Riding another bus from your assigned bus requires a written note from a parent or guardian, and it is against the law to pass a stopped school bus. If your parents are driving with you in a car and getting irritated because they're behind a bus, please remind them that safety is first and do not pass a stopped school bus. The Board of Education will not tolerate sexual harassment of or by students. Students who are guilty of threatening or sexually harassing other students or staff shall be subject to appropriate disciplinary action. Sexual harassment is anything like verbally saying things inappropriate to other people, touching, anything like that can be considered sexual harassment. Please do not do anything that could be considered sexual harassment at school or other places. Cheating and stealing. Students are expected to do their own work. The unauthorized giving or receiving of help in any area of schoolwork will not be tolerated. Cheating is a serious disciplinary offense, and students should leave no doubt in this area. The act of giving or receiving unauthorized help, including cheating, plagiarism, and copying, will result in a 0 being assigned for the work. Stealing is a major violation of school disciplinary policy and may result in criminal charges. If you decide to cheat on your work, I can assure you that you will not only receive a 0, but you will probably receive a long form. Cheating is very serious, and we take it very serious at Oak Grove Middle School. In the cafeteria, all students must respect the rights of others in the lunch line. Students are to discard all trash so that the tables will be clear for those students following. Guys, the one thing that we ask y'all to do, you're the first group into the cafeteria. When you leave, please make sure that your table is clean. Even if there are crumbs and juice or drink on the table, please get a napkin and clean it up. Nobody wants to sit down to a dirty table. You must sit in assigned areas and behave properly at all times. Pushing, shoving, or breaking of the lunch line is not permitted. We will have reward days where you're allowed to sit wherever you want in the cafeteria, depending on your behavior. So we watch you on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If you're good all week and the tables are left clean, we will let you sit wherever on our side of the cafeteria on Friday. Disrespect to cafeteria workers will not be tolerated. Remember that those cafeteria workers do work hard to feed us. Even if you don't eat in the cafeteria, please be respectful to them. If you misbehave in the cafeteria, of course, you're subject to disciplinary action by the administration or faculty. Leaving campus or failing to report to any assigned class is called skipping. It's a major disciplinary offense, and students without proper permission from the school office are going to be subject to disciplinary action, which may include suspension. So, this means, students, you cannot leave the campus to go to the Exxon and get some chicken tenders and a Powerade. Our cell phone policy is new this year. At your own risk, you can bring your cell phones to school. It has to be on silent. We're asking not to put it on vibrate because that does make a noise. So please keep your cell phone on silent. Turn off your vibration as you do not distract from instructional time during the school day. Any teacher can declare her classroom as a no cell phone zone. Most of your teachers right now are allowing you to use cell phones as long as it doesn't interfere with instruction. The teachers who choose to monitor the use of cell phones are allowed to take up your phone if it's used without permission. So if we're in the middle of teaching, or we're in the middle of instructing, or we're doing an assignment and you're on your phone doing something inappropriately, we still can take up your phone. Outgoing calls, incoming calls, text messaging, camera use, game playing, and other uses are not allowed. Well, we all know that's a junk because you're going to use it for projects and things like that where you'll text and you'll use your camera. So just make sure that you're using it for appropriate things. If you violate the cell phone policy, the first offense is a warning. The second offense is ISS, and your parent must pick up the phone. The third offense is OSS, and your parent must pick up the phone. Any student that's enrolled in 7th or 8th grade, so 8th graders, this is you, have to keep a GPA of 2.0. If you do not keep a 2.0, which is a grading scale, you will be suspended from your extracurricular activities. Also, you will be placed in special tutorial classes, so you won't be able to do those elective classes. A student with a cumulative grade point average below a 2.0 shall be suspended from participation until your average is reached, or until you reach a 2.0 or higher on the 4.0 scale. Foods and beverages. Nutritious and appealing options will be the only choices allowed whenever food or beverages are sold or otherwise offered at school. That's why we don't have vending machines. You will have class parties where we bring some junk food and it'll be fun. But otherwise, we probably need to encourage you to have healthy foods. In strict accordance with state school food beverage guidelines, only healthy foods can be given to you as rewards. We all know that teachers break that policy quite often, and if you tell on us, we'll get in trouble. All school-based organizations are to use services, contests, non-food items, or healthy foods for fundraising programs. The sale of candy, cookie dough, pizza, etc. will not be acceptable. I think I've bought cookie dough and pizza for the past 10 years from the band, so not sure how that goes over either. Candy is defined as a processed food item. We love candy. We love sugar. We love brown sugar. We love corn sweetener. We love corn syrup. We love fructose. We love glucose. We love high fructose corn syrup, honey, invert sugar, lactose, maltose, molasses, raw sugar, table sugar, and syrup. But those kind of things are not supposed to be allowed at school. Vending sales of candy will not be permitted on school grounds. They will only be permitted at the conclusion of the instructional school day. Guess what? We break that rule too. Snack ideas for school and classroom parties. I'm not even going to read this because you know that we bring whatever we want to when we have a party because we don't have too many of them. So my favorite thing, by the way, is chess cake. Miss Anderson likes anything chocolate, and Miss Weathersby likes ooey gooey stuff. So you just bring whatever you like, and we'll be happy. That is the conclusion of our handbook for 2014. Those are just the highlights. Of course, there's lots and lots and lots of more stuff. If you would like to read up on that whenever you have free time, we'll go over here and I'll show you the district webpage where the handbook is located. If we go to lamarcountyschools.org, under For Parents, Parent-Student Handbook. And this is the new handbook that has been uploaded to the website. And when we pull up the handbook, it's going to show us each and every page. Remember, you can read through this whenever you feel like it. If you have to go to the bathroom really bad and need to sit on the potty for a couple of hours, there's lots and lots of things that you can read through. In the handbook, notice that any part of the handbook that is gray, let me get to this part, this whole entire part, if it's gray, that means it is new. So the cell phone policy, the email policy, all of those things, the bring your own device policy, all that is a new policy. You may want to read over that. It's very important. When you look through other things, if it doesn't have the gray marks, it is just like the old handbook. So let's keep going. I'll find you something else that's gray so we can see the difference. It tells school times. Here's a gray part. Long leaf school, Covington County area, things like that. Anything that's gray is new. Those may be the only things you need to look over. We do not issue paper handbooks anymore because it was just pretty much a waste of money. So you can access this handbook at any time. If your parents want a paper handbook for any reason, we'll be glad to get them a copy of it. So all you have to do is let us know, and we will get you a copy of a paper handbook if you want it. Let's have a great school year. Thanks, guys, for listening.